My name is Laura, and I'm going to tell you a little story before we get started on our topic for today. Not too long ago, once upon a time, huh? Not too long ago, my husband was going through his routine of getting ready to do work, and when he checked if it was time, if he was ready to do the work, he was told no. So then the next thing was to find out why. And what he was told was that the moon was void of course. He asked me, "Do you know what that means?" I said, "No, I have no idea what that means." So we had to start doing research to find out what that meant and how it's affecting my husband so that my husband could continue to do work when he felt he should do it. That's when we started to learn all about different kinds of astrological events and how they affect individuals on different levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, and it was quite an eye-opening experience because we noticed, and I think it happened so that my husband could be aware of this taking place because it affects people, and normally it hadn't affected him, but I think that's why he had to go through it. So anyway, we started paying attention to the moon would be in void of course, and sure enough, that's when he'd be told, no, you're not able to do work. So finally he figured out how to get through that and how to be able to make sure that no matter what, void of course did not affect him in any way.
Not just void, of course, any astrological
event would not affect him in any way. And since then, we've had different individuals who've come to us for help who've also required help in that area, because as soon as an astrological event would take place, it would affect them in a very non-beneficial way. And so the work was done, and now they're not affected anymore. Honey?
Yes?
You chimed in before. Did I cover that properly? Is there anything you'd like to add to that, or anything I should change?
It's recorded. How are you going to change it? You're going to go back and erase it?
No, because no.
What do you mean?
It's like when we're talking and you'll say, no, let's correct that. It was...
I didn't say anything, so no, it's fine.
Okay. So that's our topic. Astrological events and how they affect people.
I thought you were going to keep going. Why did you stop?
Well, because I like for you to chime in and say something.
I don't want to chime in. What does chime in mean anyway?
That means you speak up. You say something.
Oh, I'll just say something when the time comes. Mm-hmm. I just know that, for example, they have individuals that have let us know, oh, it's raining and that's why I have a headache. Or we've had messages like those. Oh, I have a headache today, and I think it's because of the weather, because it was raining all day. Which again goes back to the weather, right?
Right, and we have video about that, how the weather affects us.
Okay, so we're not going to spend time on how it affects you, really.
Right.
So this should be a really short video, because the point is that, as a matter of fact, what we started doing lately is that we have a routine. It's almost like a package that I do on people, and that's part of... Now, the ones that have gotten this treatment will now know what it means, because they know they send questions. What does this mean? When you send a message, okay, balancing work was done. Mm-hmm. What we're doing with that balancing work is exactly that. It includes things. One of the things that wasn't in there was astrological influences, so I'll make sure I add that to the package. Okay. But there are a bunch of things that are done that normally affects individuals in ways that they wouldn't think about. For example, being in at the same frequency with the Earth itself.
Oh, the Schumann's resonance?
No, I'm not even talking about that. No, just Earth's energies itself. Okay. Right, that's a completely different thing. If you're out of balance with the Earth's energies, then there are people that are so sensitive that it affects them in a certain way. Okay. And so we do balancing work to correct all those different types of situations for individuals. The one that I'd left out, I normally do the astrological influences on individuals once I'm guided to, as we go through the different steps and say, okay, this person needs this done. And for some of the individuals that are asking about it, I hadn't gotten to that for them yet. We're still doing a lot of clearing work and certain healing work. Sometimes people kind of want to rush their
Their journey.
process, right? And they don't understand that it's guided, and we'll get there, but there are things that are more important before that one. So, but we do have ways to help with that. We do have ways to get all that taken care of. It's nothing complicated. People think that it is. It's like when they say full moon, people behave a certain way.
Mm-hmm. Or when one star system is going to another star system.
Right.
And,
Is that the retrograde thing? Or what is that? Well,
I don't
whatever
remember
they are.
what that's called.
I don't understand them, folks.
Or when one planet is passing by the Earth, and going into another planetary something. I don't understand all this astrological stuff. I just know that whatever effects there may be on someone that are non-beneficial, my husband has been trained on how to take care of that.
And that's the point, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I like the way you put that. Most of these things, we don't spend our time trying to understand. Only when it comes up, like when this whole void of course came up, like, what in the world is that? And then, of course, we're curious as to what it is.
How do we take care of it? How do we, fix
Well,
this?
it's not even how do we take care of it, because I'm told how to take care of it after a while. Because the way they said it, just like, the way they said masters work, people, everyone watching this video, is that, for example, in that case, my wife said that it came up, it was probably for me to learn something from, and that's always the reason why. Okay? But we don't learn about these things because we went and read a book. Okay, that's not how we learn about any of these things. It's not like we go read a book and say, oh, what is this? No. All of a sudden, it comes up. I'm like, what? What is that? And then we have to go look it up. And once we find out what it is, then I'm told how to handle it. Then, soon after, of course, then it comes up with somebody else. So then we know, that's why I had to deal with it, because I was being prepared for this other situation. And now we have a lot of it. I say that to make it clear that we really don't spend time researching anything.
Right.
We just don't. Unless if it's something that just sounds so... I remember this one time we had a situation where there was some interesting illness or disease, or condition, the one where during certain periods people got depressed. Remember that one?
Oh, the seasonal?
Right, but what was it called? It was a strange name. And we had never heard of it. But it came up.
I didn't
right?
track it in my brain.
Remember, right?
Because you just learned what it was and you were told what to do. And
no, but that's what I'm saying is that we had never heard of it.
Right, we had.
And then we went and looked it up, like, oh, this is a really strange condition.
It's a real thing.
How do people get so depressed like they can't do anything because it's winter?
A seasonal depression of some
right,
kind.
Exactly.
Right.
I
forgot the technical name
That's
for it.
correct, right? And we're like, wow. And then, of course, I was told how to take care of it. We did that, and sure enough, the people were fine. We're like, wow. So we don't. It's not like we go and look these things up and then say, oh, okay, well, maybe this will come up now. No.
We're not trying to find answers for everything out there.
We don't. Okay.
If something comes up, we know, okay, this is going to come up again soon, so we have to learn what to do to take care of it.
No,
and
that's not.
Well, not that we have to, but
that's not why.
My husband is.
I searched because I've never
he's
heard
never
of it.
heard of it, but he's going to be trained in how to take care of it. It's not that we have to find out what to do.
Exactly. We don't have to find out. It's not like whatever that one was. It's not like we go and look up something. How do we treat this? Because there is no treatment on the internet for the spiritual realm.
Right.
That doesn't exist. But
they might have a technical explanation about it online, but
I mean medical explanation.
Medical explanation.
Right.
Yeah.
But it doesn't do us any good.
It doesn't.
We don't follow that. So again, we don't go researching as in, well, what exactly is this? And no. As a matter of fact, we might even tell you one day, if it just happens to you, we might say, okay, here's a condition. I'll go look it up on the internet. And then that's what we say, right? I said, go look, the details are on the internet somewhere, just go look it. Because the internet has anything. Just go Google it, you'll find it. And then we'll say, if you want to update us about it, great. But we're not going to go spend time looking it up and trying to get all the details for you. You can do it on your own.
Right, just know it's been taken care of.
Exactly. Okay? And it's always nice to just let us know, oh, okay, I understand now and I feel better. But we don't have to know the gory details. Like some people actually send us like a whole thing about what the disease is. Yes. I'm really not interested because that has nothing to do with the spiritual realm. We don't care about anything the medical world writes. Okay? Not that it's not valid. We just the way we do work is not the same way. So it doesn't apply. What was this topic about?
This is about astrological events
Okay, so going
that
back
may
to
affect us.
so going back to that, there are many of them, and that's why we're talking about this. There are many of them, but we're not going to spend time on those here, or talk about how those astrological influencers affect people or what the names are. None of that is important. What's important is that once they're identified, or if someone were to contact us and say, I think I'm affected by this condition, when this happens with the moon or the sun or whatever it is, we can take care of it because we know what to do. That's the bottom line. Make sense?
Makes sense to me.
All right. So if you feel that you're affected by it, we'll always check and see if that's accurate, and then we'll take care of it. We've had individuals that will send us messages, not about astrological influences, but just to give you an example. They might say, I feel I have this type of illness. And then we'll go and check with them. You don't have that illness. Stop it. Just behave yourself. All right? Stop pulling that energy to yourself. Things like that, right? And we might do the same thing to you. You might say, well, I think I'm affected by Mercury going to Jupiter or something. Or I don't know. Maybe they're dating. I don't know what they're doing over there. But or Pluto is doing something with Saturn. And so you have a headache. I don't know how they work. I really don't know, and I'm not interested in it, is the point. Once it's identified to us that you're affected by some astrological condition, we can take care of it. Well, not us. The angels take care of it. Okay? We don't have to understand how it works. We really don't care how it affects you. Not because we don't care about that, but we know it's not important because we can take care of it. So I hope that helps.
I think so. I think that answers the question.
Okay.
All right. You can find us at 190vision.com, 190vision on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.